What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more Ratchet news. Well, some of it's Ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So, let's go.
Well, kicking off the ratchetness, Ghana is planning to table a motion at the United Nations to have slave trade formally declared as one of the greatest crimes against humanity. Salute and shout out to Ghana. Alright, let's move along. Now, here's the ratchetness that you guys probably wanted. Kanye West drops a list of the people who betrayed him. Number 1 is Kim Kardashian. Number 2 is Aisha Speed. Number 3 is Diddy. Number 4 is Ty Dolla $ign. The interesting ones are Harriet Tubman and Northwest. Like, what did they your own daughter do? Anyway, he weird. So, moving on. Woman claims Riverside County used law enforcement databases to stalk her. That's crazy, man. Crazy. Moving on. UPS now hiring in Los Angeles and Orange County. Great pay, benefits, and immediate openings. Apply today in the link. Well, I don't got the link, but you already know where to go. Moving on. Iconic Hollywood restaurant sign vanishes after 56 years. And I, as a dude who used to perform in and out of Hollywood a lot, I used to see this sign a lot right before I hit the freeway. So, kind of sad to see it go. But, hey, nothing lasts forever. Moving on. It's being reported that Adele and Taylor Swift have reportedly declined performing at the upcoming Superbwl halftime show. And the next pick is really interesting, but we'll talk about this a little bit later in the Ratchet news. Serial killer identified as suspect of 4 unalived girls at a yogurt stop in 1991. Good riddance on him. Moving on. It's being reported that Quincy Jones' Bel Air mansion listed for $60 million following his death. All right, salute. Moving on. Quick PSA, make sure if you're in San Bernardino to hit up Melba's home with the $10 plates. Let's go. All right, moving on. Hey, real quick, shout out to Devin Franklin and Tyler Perry for Ruth and Boaz. And it also has my homegirl, Dikki, in it. This was a great movie. I actually enjoyed it. And I wouldn't actually mind watching it again. I was expecting something else because Tyler, you've been kind of on one lately, but this is a great one. Great watch. I suggest it, recommend it. All right, moving on. FBI fires agents pictured kneeling at George Floyd protest in 2020. Oh, geez, that's crazy. They're really trying to get some get back for anybody who wasn't on their side, right? Moving on. Neo snaps, grabs Sam by the neck after his stage runner tries to crash his Kobe show, and he literally threw him. And as he should, man. Y'all gotta keep y'all punk asses off the stage. Sit down and just enjoy the show, all right? Salute to Neo. Moving on. Well, but speaking of Neo and his main chick, I guess, one of the 4. Bella, their sex tape leaked and hit the net, and fans matched tattoos for receipts. It's kind of crazy. This dude's really trying to go out to show that he's that man, huh? All right, moving on. What in the hell? There's a Tina Turner honored with a statue in her hometown, but it looks like this right here. You see? What the hell is that right there? Hey, man. Moving on. Was it the year of sex tapes? Safari and Campbell Mato's 10-minute sex tape leaks online. Leak? I mean, he put it out, for attention because he's a thirsty attention whore. You know what I mean? Moving on. It was being reported that the Steelers' backup quarterback was jumped and robbed out in Ireland, man. So send the prayers out to him, Moving on. Shout out to Jay-Z. Jay-Z's grandmother gave a speech at her 100th birthday party. So salute and happy belated birthday, Queen. We see you. Much love. Moving on. Well, going back to Ireland, Ireland will pay you $90,000 to start fresh on a quiet island. I think not. After you've seen homeboy get robbed and insulted, I don't know about that one. Moving on. It's being reported that China has invented a new bone glue that repairs bone fractures in just 3 minutes, no surgery or metal plates needed. While we're over here worried about immigrants, China's out here advancing in science and technology. So shout out to them because they're focused on the right stuff. All right, moving on. Obama says that world's problems come from old men refusing to step down. 100% agree. Obama's out here talking that ish. Salute. Moving on. Mariah Carey was told to leave the U.S. after admitting she didn't know Charlie Clerk. And critics jeered, darling, I remember melodies, not mediocrity. You know what I mean? So, real talk. Moving on. Well, but speaking of Mariah, it's been rumored that she has a duet with Michael Jackson that's been unreleased. MJ State, what are you guys waiting on? Let's drop it like yesterday. You know what I mean? Moving on. And I don't know what, earlier you saw was really entertaining, but ratcheting this to the full effect, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have been beefing, going back and forth, talking about each other's husbands and boyfriends, and even worse, kids, you know. And with Nicki being a Sagittarius, I understand and agree with her, but what she was saying about the kids, it seemed like I think Nicki is really just on one, yo. But we'll talk about this a little bit more. All right, moving on. Clarissa Shields clapped back at Remy Ma with gun range post after a head tap this. Okay, moving on. Bryson James developing an animated Family Matters reboot with cast on board. We'll see. All right, moving on. Award-winning chef Kwame, I don't even know his last name, opens up an Afro-Caribbean steakhouse at Sahara, Las Vegas. Honors Benjamin Banneker, draws inspiration from the Maroons, and blends West African, Jamaican, and Creole traditions. I want to try it. Moving on. Reading Rainbow is back and with a new host, Michael the librarian. I don't even know who he is, but good that they're bringing it back. These kids need to read. Moving on. Police say that Tyrese Gibson's dog attacked an unalive neighbor's dog. Crazy. Moving on. YouTube reaches 5 million settlement over 2021 suspension of President Trump's account. Why? Moving on. Kris Jenner and Kim K filed defamation lawsuit against Ray J, as they should. Moving on. Political strategist Ashley Allison acquires The Root, returning it back to black ownership. Salute Queen. Moving on. Brittany Renner wants PJ Washington to run that bag, says $5.K a month ain't enough, demands $35K in child support. You dumb broad. Moving on. Diver finds $1 million in gold coins in Spanish shipwreck off Florida coast. Salute to him. Moving on. Lauryn Hill looks visibly uncomfortable taking photo with Kodak Black. I would too. He looks like he practices voodoo. But moving on. Well, remember how it was been reported that Adele and Taylor Swift turned down the Superbwl halftime show? It's been reported that Bad Bunny has accepted, and it's already starting to piss off some races. We're actually going to talk about this tonight. Moving on. Last but not least, Diddy has finally gotten his sentence today. He's sentenced to 4 years and 2 months with time served, so he only served like 3 years, but man, it's crazy, right? And 50 Cent wastes no time. He said, hey, to whoever was booking Diddy for that speaking engagement, I heard he won't be able to make it. I'm available. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, that's all I got, so let's go ahead and get into the show. See you in a few.
Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show.